The Temple of Truth of Anyegun's Diary Politico. Please, as usual, make sure you read beyond just the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it, invite your friends, and your not so friendly friends. Tell them all that Anyegun today. And of course, afterward, you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. So tonight, after a day break, by the way. So anyway, we are starting with the media run being given to Arabambidiot, the same guy that told us a few months back that they've settled whatever it was, their differences, and Peter Obi was his leader, has made a very fast, not unexpected, the expected U-turn. Right now, he has now hinted that whatever is going on within their party, the Labour Party, they would have to see to the expulsion of Peter Obi and Alex Otti. Because according to him, Labour Party didn't lose 2023 elections. They were not rigged. I'm sorry, they didn't win rather, but they were not rigged out. According to Arabambidiot, he said, billions of naira meant for, contributed to Labour Party was siphoned by 5 or so people. And Aisha, Yesufu, Etua, Egodalo, Alex Otti, he made all these kind of sundry allegations. And according to him, the removal of Pabure is only in the imagination of Peter Obi. In a nutshell, he has launched the similar expected internal, sort of like a decimation, which the likes of Arabambidiot, Lamidiots, Pampas, and others within the system thrives. So I'm going to take you to what he said, break it down as much as possible, link them to what other things happening, and let you make whatever you can of it. So let's start with this. It is the boring part, right? Arabambidiot.
Well, thank you very much. I think I need to make some adumbration, just like lawyers used to do in court. And I thank God that immediately after the purported caretaker chairperson made the allegation against Barrister Julius Abure, we are now confronted, with issues in Nigeria, which I'm going to quote from Martin Luther King Jr. in 1965, I think September 8th, after the Bloody Sunday, when he said, our lives begin to end the day we choose to be silent until that matters. It's quite unfortunate that we're having this crisis in Labour Party now. And before Nigerians, everything I'm going to say here, I think we need to purge ourselves before Nigerians what actually led, to this crisis. It's more than what Nigerians have seen. And that is why I am happy I came with documents that people knows me very well. This is the notice of appeal of Nene Usman, and this is the judgment of the court, the one Governor Alex Otti was also talking about. This is the certified true copy. We did just pick it from the dustbin. But you see, Nigerians, our crisis actually emanated from our issue in 2023 general election. But there's something that we did. I am coming out now, in as much as Nene Usman will have the audacity to accuse the chairman of embezzlement. I am going to state the fact here, even by Paki Oshutokun. He was on this channel regarding why we failed president election. On Arise TV, he said, Peter Obi was not in a position to pay all the LP obedient agents during 2023 election. Peter Obi never had the money to do so, and thus they had to narrow it down to where they can pay and drop agents in several thousand polling units where they cannot pay. He concluded, we have a situation where many obedient and people that perform the role of agent, polling agent, were not enumerated. It was just their initiative to do so in most parts of the country, a fact that we couldn't pay many agents. Now, why did he say they were not enumerated? You see, I am going to lay bare and to ask for forgiveness of Nigerians because we actually misled Nigerians over why we failed the election. But why we failed is what I came out here. In my car, I have the CTC of all the judgment of the Court of Appeal, that is the Court of First Instance regarding our election petition, and also the Supreme Court. I made able to say that 3 people were responsible for why we lost the election, and therefore, after this, I will be making an open apology to the Chief Justice of Nigeria.
Which election are you discussing?
You said?
Which election? The 3 people?
Yeah, the 2023. That was where, they model something to deceive Nigerians. I am also part and parcel, but we have to purge ourselves of this fact. And I'm happy it's going to be on a rise. That's why I say I came with that fact of what transpired. It is not in another issue. It was what I want to say here that actually causes that problem. Now, in the 2023 election, you see, we were unable to field agent in 54,000 polling units out of 189. We were unable to field agent. When Mr. Peter Obi came, he took over the party machinery and handed over to Aisha Yusufu and Pastor Itwai Gadalo and the man that absconded now, Valentine Osigbo and Oseloka, his SAG. Those were the people that managed the upload. Now, in 189 polling units, 89,000, Labour Party failed to account for 54,000. That was why he said we were unable to enumerate, some agents. That is actually talking here on this channel. I knew it was Dr. Bati and my friend, Rudy Fire, that did that interview. What now transpired is that we failed woefully in 54,000 polling units. We do not have result to go to the Election Petition Tribunal. In that vein, those ones that are there, he said they were unable to pay them. They used a lot of the obedient to be the party agent. Because they were unable to pay them 10,000, they absconded with that result. And in line with paragraph 4, 5, and 6 of the first schedule of the Electoral Act, petitions must be filed within 21 days, and your written statement of your witness on oath, your formissio 8, everything you have to attach it to your petition within 21 days. Labour Party failed to do that. What they now did was that there was a meeting. How do we cover ourselves up? We went to that court to lie against the judiciary because we were the one that failed. Like I said, the 4 people responsible, one just resigned 4 days ago, that was Oseloka. The other one and absconded to APC. Why we have Aisha Yusufu and Pastor Itwai Gadalo, they were the one that handle all the party finances. I am going to challenge Nenadus or anybody that we should join here. We will bring the account that Labour Party did not touch the party campaign fund. It was handled. The 2 signatories are Pastor Itwai Gadalo and Aisha Yusufu. Those were the 2 people. But why they are unable to pay agent remain the internal problem. But we went to the court. You see a lot of Labour Party faithful publishing the names of those judges. You see them accusing the INEC, accusing the APC. Now, if you have 189,000 polling units, you fail to feed agent in 54,000. Which election are we now saying we won? That is where that problem comes from. But our president candidate wanted this issue to be covered up. And that was the division between them and the Abure-led NWC. That was where the issue started. They deceived Nigeria up to today. People are still saying that election was rigged, but that election was not rigged.
Why are you just telling this to us now?
That is why I said
you've been on the program multiple times. And this is the first time we've ever heard any such bombshell.
We are tendering apology to the Chief Justice of Nigeria. We are tendering apology to INEC
for
because
lying? For
we are
lying?
No.
An apology for
No.
lying?
I am tendering the apology.
Saying it on TV?
No, I am not. I am not in that. At least I am not part of the people, but I am privy to that. Until when we got, I said I got all the the certified true copy from the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal, where most of these things are not emulated. But the point is this: why must our leaders continue, to manifest lies on here? I am on TV. I challenge any member of Labour Party to go and bring the certified true copy of all the things we filed in the court. If it's different from the one I have, the Special General of Police should arrest me and charge me to court. I challenge any one of them to come and tell me that what I'm saying now is like that. It was Labour Party. They made that mistake. Rather than for us to accept, they now put up to today. You will see a lot of my members accusing the judiciary they rigged 2023 election. I am here to say nobody who rigged Labour Party out. It was just a mistake, a calculated mistake by 4 people. Osaloka, who has absconded from Labour Party now because they caused the crisis. Valentine Osigbo, who went to run for governorship in APC. Aisha Yusufu and Pastor Itwa Igadado. Those 4 people messes our election up. But I think, in the spirit of fairness, Mr. Peter Obi ought to have at least eat the humble pie. He knew about this, but he wanted to make... Well, thank you very much.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Now, because on Mayegun's diary political, right? One of the things we try to, or we have been sort of like known for, is setting the record straight. Doesn't mean that no matter how, lie kind of like a sound, which is what they sell in Nigeria always, right? But the publicly available information, right, should possibly help everyone, okay? According to Arabambidiot, right, there are 189,000 polling units in Nigeria. That is a lie. That is where you are going to, the first thing you're going to punch out, right? There's nothing like that, but I'm going further. So the total polling unit in Nigeria, as at your 2023 charade, was put at 176,936 or thereabout polling units. It's just about a couple of tens, right? Away from 177,000. But he kept dropping figure. Labour Party said that, there is a Labour Party, there is a Obi presidential campaign. Now, Obi presidential campaign came out that they raised about 416 million naira in that short time. And then Obi had to double it. That kind of campaign that if you donate 1 naira, I will add another 1 naira, kind of. I don't know if some of you probably remember they did that. Now, out of the whole 2023 election charade, before the issue of Koto, right? Out of their whole election charade, it is, including Labour Party too, it is the Obi presidential campaign alone that gave account of what they raised, how they spent it. And they were very clear to say, indeed, their resources couldn't actually cover 176 or nearly 177,000 polling units. They were honest that they didn't have, because in Nigeria, you have to, even if they are your party members, you have to pay them on the election day to go and monitor your election so that another people won't steal your election, or kind of. So they were honest that they didn't have access to the same money that others had access to. But with the little they had access to, they were able to make enough impact. But where is Labour Party in all of that? Do you know that they also sold their party ticket? I've been a form. What do you call that thing? Everybody that went to them to collect, because that's the initial bone of contention with this Arabambidiot was that Abure sold Labour Party forms that is over 1 billion naira. Right? And the party didn't see a dime. It was Abure. They said Abure was transferring money here and there. And they actually wrote a petition against Abure. So Obi and his obedience raised money after they joined Labour Party. Or whatever money the Labour Party actually realized from selling party forms to House of Assembly members, House of Rep members, senators, governors, all those candidates that rushed to them at the time. They all paid for form. Will not be free. It wasn't free. Right? So that money, Abure couldn't account for it. That was what led to their first fight. That they thought this same Arabambidiot said Peter Obi was protecting Abure because Abure is Igbo. Meanwhile, Abure is from Benin, from Edo States, right? Say Abure, because Abure was Igbo, Obi was shielding Abure. But when Abure became sort of like removed now, right? Arabambidiot and Abure are friends now. Now the problem is Obi. So they didn't lie about what they got, except if you have anything extra. So now his own angst is that, which is what they have done to that lady, Aisha Yesufu. You know, they were like, no, they made more than that money. They collected cryptocurrency. They collected their dollars. The diasporans gave them money. You know, they kind of like, their minds were running like wild, with wild imaginations. But the end goal coming. Here is what this other group, or Angon, let's first hear from Nenandi, the one that is now representing the Itaobi faction in Labour Party. Just before Arabambidiot announced that with the way things are going, they would have to expel Peter Obi as well as Alex Soti from Labour Party. But Nenandi, the woman that is currently like in the middle of it all, the one they claim that is not a member of their, you know, let me see, let me put that up. Nenandi Usman.
Clarify this, because yesterday, Julius Abure said you're not a card-carrying member of the Labour Party, as if I knew that was going to come, and therefore he would not, bother to suspend or to expel you. I need you to clarify that first off. Are you a card-carrying member?
I am a card-carrying member, and as if I knew you were going to ask me, I decided to come with my card.
Fantastic.
So at least you have seen it.
Great. Registered, signed, sealed, and
my
Great. Okay.
Yes, I'm from Kaduna State. My ward is Jere South. My local government is Kagarko. And my polling unit is Fada.
So you're a card-carrying member.
Yes.
Now,
I think we got here as a result of selfishness, greed. People who knew their time was up should have left or conducted elections starting from the ward level, like you have ward congresses, local government congresses, state, zonal, then you come and have the national convention so that you can emerge again if you want to remain as a chairman. But when you say you don't want to do that, but you want to remain a chairman, then there's a problem. And if you remember, the umpire, INEC, at some point stopped recognizing Abure as the chairman. He went, I think, on 2 occasions to attend meetings, and he was told to leave. We watched it on TV. So I think that this just summarizes how we got here.
And it's really unfortunate because many Nigerians, not a few, are hoping that Labour Party will be able to take it a notch further in terms of our political democratic ethos, but it looks like as is with the APC, the PDP, so it is with the Labour Party. But first off, I need you to clarify this because yesterday Julius Abure said you're not a card-carrying member of the Labour Party.
As if I knew that was going to come up.
And therefore he would not bother to suspend or to expel you. I need you to clarify that first off. Are you a card-carrying member?
I am a card-carrying member. And as if I knew you were going to ask me, I decided to come with my card.
Fantastic.
So at least you have seen it.
Great. Registered, yes. Signed, sealed, and
my
great. Okay.
Yes, I'm from Kaduna State. My ward is Jere South. My local government is Kagarko. And my polling unit is Fada.
So you're a card-carrying member.
Yes.
Now, okay, that's it's good that we clarify that. The Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, has ruled on an issue and said, look, this is the internal affairs of the party, whether it be Labour Party or any other party for that matter. But in spite of that, you still haven't been able to, find it within the party to, look for that internal, system that you can use to resolve your internal party issues.
Well, as I said, it's all out of selfishness. Because if the party is supposed to fix what is wrong internally, in the absence of having done or conducted congresses from the ward right up, The only other people that you can rely on to take decision on behalf of the party and choose leaders are delegates that are qualified to do that. And who are these delegates? The delegates are members of the National Assembly, that's senators, members of the House of Representatives of Labour Party, members of states, houses of assembly, and the one governor we have and his deputy. And these are the people that came together to decide that henceforth we